feel it coming, troubles in the air. Oh my Lord, the light is going down and everyone.
I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Today, there's going to be a pair of wide receivers looking to make big plays on the field. It's Browns Steelers going up against Jones's Falcons. With that, let's send you to Atlanta now, where Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis are on the call.
Well, there's a new building set to open adjacent to us to the South, but for now, they're still playing football at the Georgia Dome, and that's where we're located here in downtown Atlanta. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Atlanta Falcons. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here comes the D swarming to the line. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. He completes it to Julio Jones. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down. And that's the connection, Ryan to Jones, that this defense obviously has to key in on.
Certainly feels like they got the party started with that one, doesn't it? And when those two get in sync, it just scares the heck out of defenses because he can hit Julio Jones in a short zone, and he can take it the whole way.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Now Ryan on 2nd down. Flush to his right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short. 2nd down, they need less than a yard to pick up the first.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward. And when you watch Devontae Freeman run the football, you can almost close your eyes and hear him running the football, can't you? Because people just scatter. I mean, you know, when he goes through a pile, it moves in a positive direction for him. I just love how hard he plays the game.
1,000-yard season. He had 11 touchdowns last year. In March, 25 years old. So he's kind of hitting that sweet spot for a running back, isn't he?
He really is, and I still remember the evaluation of him coming out of college. He does everything well, but you weren't sure he had a dominant trait. Well, wrong about that. He's dominant just about everything he does, and I think that he's going to continue to elevate his game and seek a 3rd Pro Bowl in 2017.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They come out here in the eye. Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 18 on that one. In 12 regular season games this last year for Bell, averaging over 150 yards from scrimmage. First 2 games in the playoffs were great, but, you know, getting injured in the final game probably leaves a bad taste in his mouth.
Leaves a bad taste. Gives him fuel for the next season, though, because remember, for the last few years, he hasn't been able to play a full season for various reasons. Now, going into next year, imagine those numbers over a 16-game season and heading into the playoffs. Le'Veon.
And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Second down following the run. A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Let's see if the defense tries any pressure here on 3rd and 8. And the wideout in motion. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. He gets it to Brown. Good play. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Now a first down carry by Bell. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain.
Holding offense.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
After the penalty, it's Bell. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. They go play action here on first down. And this one caught by Coates. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. slot man moves right. Now a carry for the veteran. This is D'Angelo Williams. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. They're on the march, but facing a third down here. They go play action with Roethlisberger. Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, and the Falcons grab it. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And he motions the wide receiver. On 2nd down, Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bud Dupree in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Incomplete on the right side. It's Tammy. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Larry Ridley will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And he showcases the spin, a pretty good game before he's taken down.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. Being chased out left. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. So incomplete on 2nd down. Now they'll look to convert here on 3rd. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Now Roethlisberger to throw. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Weatherspoon. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Brandon, Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
And here now come the Falcons. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And quickly they get to the line. Ryan now off the bootleg. And Jones has it over the middle. Julio Jones all alone. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 60 yards. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
In motion is Coates. They go back to the air here after the INT. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there at 22. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. In motion is Coates. Now it's Roethlisberger. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. In motion is Coates. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4. And the slot man goes in motion left. Here we go on 4th down with Roethlisberger. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. And, partner, I'm not really sure what in the world they were thinking on 4th and 1 there at this stage in the game. But you think social media may be firing up a little? Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And his kick is good. He got the Charles. You give me water. Jeez, Chuck, they cut off the halftime show again. Quicker than anticipated, ready for the start of the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know. I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or do they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not. We'll find out. And they're going to speed things up here.
Easy, Sue. Easy, Sue.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. Forced out to his left. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete. This is one of those plays where everything went right except the finish. Got out of trouble, found a receiver downfield, but it fell incomplete. In motion is Coates. Roethlisberger now to throw on third down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Paul Warlow. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so. The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out. Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Second and 10. It's Ryan again. Getting it out left side to Sanu. A good pickup there at 22. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. And now they're in the hurry up. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Tevin Coleman. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Falcons will extend their lead. You know, in golf, they often talk about playing the course and not worrying about what the other players are doing, what their scores are. That's essentially what we're seeing from this offense. They're just having fun and doing what they feel like doing today. Now, after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. He can't bring him down. The weight room does work. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. On second down, Roethlisberger goes underneath for Bell. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. So now it's 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
In motion is Coates. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And boy, possession.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got the Knox in the house, right? And I go by the name of Wyclef. I bought the band. And we need all the ladies to... No fighting and no fighting.
Poppin' knock it when I met you, shorty had the long extension. Told her I'm a bad but I only got the best intention. Tough, not a bluffer. I want you to be my lead, don't have to take it undercover. Just under the bells are ringing, people singing, rice is throwing, flower bringing. Ting-a-ling-a-ling, the honeymoon is when we going, and I take you to a place that you didn't even know exists. What's your wish? Dinner at the Eiffel Tower in Paris.
Shot is in the basement party, yeah. Turn into the greatest party, yeah. Never see my bitch. Just once, then we went up, yeah. And my love a tripping, yeah. Now I feel my body drifting, yeah. Baby girl, she got me lifted, the mind tripping, yeah. Excuse her while she kisses the sky. 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 Jaws dropping when she walking, kind of thing that happen often more than just a little. I be shutting down the city, black the lady scares when she wear. You see that sun in the air, fashion week all year, throwing money in the air. She's happy with my lady, other girls they wanna hate her. It comes with the territory, ball players wanna date her. All we got is loyalty, I'm treating you like royalty. I'ma spoil you every day of the week. Shot is in the basement party, yeah. Turn into the greatest party, yeah. Never see my baby coming. Just once, then we went up, yeah. And my love a tripping. Now I feel my body drifting. My body dripping. Girl, she got me lifted, the mind tripping. She's so... Excuse her while she kisses the sky. Excuse her while she kisses the sky. Excuse her while she kisses the sky.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley.
Thank you very much, Larry. You are looking live at the Georgia Dome here in downtown. Here's Bosher to kick it away. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon.
And that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. On second down, Wilson steps away. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. On third down, Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
They go play action here on first down. He's got time in the pocket. He sets to fire deep. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made.
Holding offense.
In the red zone this time. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. His pass caught at the 4. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin from 6 yards away. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. Well, that's how they envisioned it. Get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Shift together here from the D-line. On second down, here's Ryan. And Tammy with it over the middle. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. So following the run, we'll see what they do here on 3rd down. And a give this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll run it with Coleman. Now a loose football. Coleman lost it. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
I know the attention is going to be focused on the offense, but what about the defense? This is a situation that they pride themselves on, the ability to take the ball away in a key spot.
First down, this is Rawls. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Wilson. He hits Baldwin right side. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Short of the sticks after that completion, and now it's third down for this offense. Wilson now to throw on third down. Eluding the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on fourth down. Halfback sent in motion. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on fourth down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation, big third down alert, lock in here, fourth down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Ryan now. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
They set up the screen to Rawls.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense. The penalty is declined.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Off the play fake to Rawls. Wilson. It's caught outright by Graham. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. And the defense definitely showing blitz here. Wilson again to Rawls. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes, and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result. Because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move, to influence the defensive front, to go in that direction.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Adrian Claymore in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
So he splits the uprights there, and I would imagine it's nice as a kicker. Right when it leaves your foot, you know it's good.
Yeah, it's kind of like a golfer that picks up his tee after a nice drive without even watching it land.
Solid analogy. I like it.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? CD, wanted to get your thoughts just on the landscape of the offseason for each of these teams. Super Bowl in the rearview mirror, but so much going on. People look at the draft a lot. But there's a lot more that goes into the offseason for these front offices, is there not?
It certainly is, and even before we get to the draft, you start with the combine. You know, that's held in Indianapolis every year, and you have about 350 of the top prospects coming together to get their physicals and interviews and on-field performance, and all that will get evaluated along with their game tape. And then you've got the free agents. All right, that starts, I believe, in early March, where now the free agents can start moving around to different teams. So your team's starting to take a little bit of shape there, free agency, because then the draft's coming up. You're trying to put your team together with new draft picks, have everyone start to move in one direction, and then you have the OTAs and minicamps. You get to see them on the field for the first time, and we start to get a better idea of how these teams are going to look when the fall begins.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright, bad guys on the defensive front. It's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Now it's Ryan. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right, and the wideout in motion. On 3rd down, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. From the red zone now, here's Ryan on 1st down. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Gabriel, the man in motion. Now it's Ryan. Going underneath, it's Coleman. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. You're able to get a little more rest over on the side.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free. but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On 3rd and goal, Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, as the first half is winding down, and the Falcons have cut it to within a score. And he's got it up and through. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Here's Wilson to throw. Dancing to his left. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
So we've come upon halftime with a visiting. So this guy's just sitting there, right? He's got like 30 hot dogs in front of him. And what's that? Apparently we're back. Okay, so Larry's halftime show got cut off. Sorry, we were doing story time here in the booth. We are ready, though, for the 3rd quarter. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And quickly, they get to the line. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They run. Devontae Freeman. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the 1st on the ground. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. And they're going to speed things up here. From midfield now, here's Ryan. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. So the D-line's going to spread out. And now they're in the hurry-up. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good game. Gabriel, the man in motion. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Aldrick Robinson, 28 yards. And the Falcons have taken the lead. there, not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now Wilson on second down, surveying the field. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And this is going to be incomplete.
I'm not sure we can spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
NFL teams last year, a little under 50% on fourth down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4. Here we go on fourth with Wilson. Rolling to his left. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Apparently they weren't interested in playing the field position game. They opt to keep their offense out there. A big mistake in hindsight.
Yeah, that one backfired. In hindsight's always 20/20, but let's call it what it was. We would have first guessed that one and said, don't do it here. Bad situation. I think they need to be closer to midfield before I would start to think it was a good idea.
Yeah.
And once you start taking risks like that, you're going to have to keep taking them throughout the game, especially when they don't work.
Yeah, at this stage of the second half, interesting. Second down here after the incomplete pass. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. In motion left goes Jones. And not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Red zone opportunity. They'll come up with split backs in the backfield. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And on 2nd and 10 now. Jones now in motion left. Second and 10 now. Ryan. His throw caught at about the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Back now in Atlanta. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They come out here in the eye. They'll run. It's the fullback DeMarco. And he gets in. Touchdown Atlanta. Patrick DeMarco taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. It's good, and it's 21-10. Well, they weren't messing around. 1st and goal, they don't do anything fancy. They just go to the fullback right away.
I like how you phrase that because oftentimes they come back to the fullback when it's late in the down and distance count, right? In this case, 1st down, let's go get it right now.
And he got it. 6 points on the board. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football?
Rush coming, and he's taken down. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
On second down, Wilson. It's caught outright by Graham. And he's brought down after a good gain. That one goes for 24 yards. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Flushed out right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Another run, but this time it's Rawls. And he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They go play action here on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 13 yards there on the pickup, and that'll be good for a Seattle 1st down. Now Wilson on 1st down. Going to Rawls on the dump off. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Devin Hester from 19 yards away. And the Seahawks have made this a one-score game. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. So they got their touchdown, now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. So they got their touchdown, now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it down to the 32. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
In motion right is Robinson. Freeman again, a 1st down carry. And he's going to get... And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Second down following the run. Ryan wants to throw it. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee.